Hi everybody, how's it going? This is Stargate. This is season 1. This is episode number 12. This episode is called Bloodlines. I am intrigued by this title because I'm trying to work out in my head what it could possibly relate to. We've had instances where we've seen the aging process be altered. We've had episodes where we've seen Thor, who was an alien as opposed to what we would expect him to be. And also we had last episode where we had Greek myth thrown in. And we get a lot of this throughout this series, it seems, where we get these links to ancient civilizations. So I'm wondering if Bloodline is maybe along like that kind of format again. It could be something to do with royalty. It could be something to do with maybe the Byzantine Empire. It could be anything really. It could be anything along those lines, those bloodlines. So it's going to be interesting to see what this one's actually about. I really enjoyed last episode. I think my favourite part about this show is how we get all of these mythological links, because that's just something that's always intrigued me. So to see that woven into a show that's very science fiction orientated is just something that actually really makes me happy, and it really draws me into it as well. And I think most of all, what I've enjoyed about this is how well they've been able to blend those two aspects together, those subject matters together. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops the further into the show that we get. Are we going to stay focused on that? Are there going to be other areas which we start to explore? I'm assuming so, because this ran for such a long time. I'm going to get on into this. Let's go. Is he okay?
Teal'c!
Riot!
Easy. It's okay now.
They've tested anesthetic on him before, haven't they? They did it with Kowalski.
The gold within me.
They had to put Junior back in, Teal'c.
We almost lost you. The drug didn't work, Teal'c. I'm sorry.
You were calling out something. Ryak. Does that mean anything?
The drug?
It means nothing.
As soon as we removed Teal'c's Gould, his major organs began to shut down and he ran a high fever.
They said if they're separated, they
drug
die.
failed.
Yes, but it proves that the Gould is Teal'c's immune system.
Yeah.
Now, if we can learn about it and safely duplicate its effect, we can save lives on Earth.
Without killing Teal'c in the process.
Well, I guess the boys in Langley won't be able to study a Gould after all.
Shit.
It is still a possibility. There are many hundreds of Goa'uld larvae on Chulak.
Right.
He's serious.
Right.
If you recall last time we were there,
We had to shoot our way out, maybe made a bad impression.
It's out of the question. I can't authorize it.
Shit.
Then I will speak of it no further.
You do understand why we can't go back to Chulak, right?
Oh, man.
They'll get that drug to work long before that thing dies
I
inside
am not
you.
concerned about my life. I am concerned
this-
for the life of my son.
Your son?
Is that whose name he was
His
shouting?
name is Ryak. I have not spoken of him. Or of my wife.
Well, he kept that bloody quiet.
You left a family back there.
I wonder if they were taken in retaliation for him leaving.
Why didn't you tell us the truth?
A warrior becomes vulnerable if his family is held hostage to the enemy.
You didn't think we'd trust you if we knew. Teal'c, how the hell are we supposed to trust you now?
Within days, my son will come of age. He will be called to the religious life of our world.
Oh,
He will undergo the ceremony of implantation, the primta. The day when a young boy receives his first Goa'uld symbiote and becomes a true Jafar, just as all other Jafar before him.
and he needs to stop it.
I take it you don't want that to happen.
I will not allow my son to become a slave.
I'd love to get a Gould larva that the lab coats in Langley can study. But I don't order my best people on a mission behind enemy lines unless I think it's absolutely necessary.
Oh,
I believe it is, sir.
Why? Something you're not telling me, Colonel. If you don't want to come clean about the real motivation behind this mission, then fine. Mission is not approved. You will go where I tell you to go.
Sir, please.
Dismissed!
shit. There was no point going in the office, really, was there?
General Teal'c
Has a
Has a
family.
What did you say?
His kid's about to be implanted with one of those larva things at a ceremony, and Teal'c wants to stop it.
Why?
Why?
Sir?
Teal'c was an enemy soldier. He's compromised.
General, he was afraid we wouldn't trust him if we knew he had a family back there. Was he right?
Yeah, probably. He asked why.
When Teal'c saved our lives on Chulak, he gave up his family, sir. Don't you think we owe him something?
Dude. Gate?
I am returning to Chulak for my son.
No. I'm sorry, I can't let you do that.
Come on, Teal'c. Don't do it this way.
I will risk no one's life but my own.
Which is why I am inclined to authorize a mission to return to Chulak and allow you to bring your son back.
Oh, man.
These are scholars from the Court of Apophis. I am to escort them to the temple.
Why do you not show your face, my lord?
My helmet was damaged in combat. It must be repaired.
Perhaps I can help.
Oh, shit.
Number 3. I shall tell Apophis of your vigilance, priest.
Oh, God. He's gonna go run into somebody and talk to somebody and everything's gonna go to shit.
All right, Teal'c. Show us the way. Teal'c. Is this your...
My former home. A gift from Apophis from many years of service.
Oh. I think I was right. They took his family, possibly. Oh, shit. What does that mean?
What does this mark mean? I don't recognize this.
This was the home of Shalva.
Traitor.
We don't know what's happening here.
Oh, it's hot! Shriek! 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 Tekmate Bretak.
Shit.
Teal'c, were I an enemy, you would be dead. My wife and son. I'm told they escaped the burning. I thought you might return in time for your boy's ceremony, Teal'c. Brave.
If he thought
but
that,
unwise.
Apophis.
If you were awaiting my return, perhaps there are others. Others don't know you as I do. Can you take us to find my wife and son? Your family is Krishna. Outcasts.
Oh,
The Krishna live in a handful of camps outside the city.
then that's where we go.
I do not know which one your family belongs to. Then we should begin now.
Down. I love the locations where they shoot this.
Jaffa priests. That's Apophis's emblem.
What are they carrying?
Ah, for the ceremony. What if Teal'c's family have turned on him, though?
What's that?
It's a bell.
As in church bell?
Probably.
Oh.
I haven't been to church in a while.
Priest, stand aside.
Teal'c. The traitor.
Oh, man.
Dare to show yourself, Shulva?
I have no wish to harm you, priest. But I will not allow you to perform the primta on my son.
I had to beg the priest to perform the ceremony. They brought the tablet and the tent for the Primto all the way to camp. Why have you returned?
My son will not be a slave, Teal'c. He will taste freedom, as I have.
Freedom, Teal'c. You have condemned your son to death.
How long has the sickness been in him?
Is that why she wants the
Since
ceremony
we were
done?
driven from our home. Do you understand now?
For the antibodies?
Without the healing powers of the gold, he will die.
I know scarlet fever when I see it.
Shit.
Can it be treated by your earth medicines?
There's some vaccines, antibiotics.
What's in there?
Give that to him.
What of your earth doctors?
If we can get him through the Stargate, maybe.
What are you thinking?
Just that every single one of these infant Goulds will one day take a human life.
Oh.
And all I have to do is...
If we kill them when they're as vulnerable as they are right now, we'd be no better than the Grow Old.
She has a point there.
Let's go.
She's like, give me all of the weapons, give me all of the weapons.
You want to think about this? You can't live for more than a couple of hours without that thing.
It is a father's right.
Teal'c's kid was too sick to make it to the Stargate, so we gave him his own Gould to keep him alive.
We have one.
You what?
How you holding up, Teal'c?
My body grows strong again. We've been discovered.
All right, let's keep moving.
Time to present my prisoners to Apophis himself.
Cannot pass, Braytok.
Oh. You know of me?
Of course, Master. You were once the greatest Jaffa warrior of all. But no one may pass until the palace guard arrives.
Then we wait. Not bad for a man of 133.
I think this episode was interesting to see that, like, Teal'c was protecting his wife and son. And he didn't tell anybody he had a wife and son when he left in the first episode. And it was good to see that, you know, he wanted to go back because his son was going to undergo the same ceremony that he underwent at that age. And he wanted to save his son from the life that he lived. And it was interesting to see that, you know, when we got to his house, it had been bent down and there was the symbol on the side for traitor, basically. And anyone who was deemed a traitor or marked, I guess, was sent to live in these camps on the outskirts, like deserter camps. And his son, and Teal'c's son was sick and he had scarlet fever, I think it was. And the only way to save him was to basically try and get him through the Stargate. But that plan didn't come to fruition. And the only way that, you know, they could save him was for Teal'c to give him his symbiote. And he had to do that under the fact that, you know, he was going to die himself for doing it, but he was willing to do that and he wanted his son to live. And, you know, seeing Daniel and Sam kind of go to this temple and steal one of the Goa'uld symbiotes, and because they wanted to take it back for Hammond, even though Jack had found like the dead one, I thought maybe they'd take the dead one back, but I'm assuming they'd probably want to study a live one because, you know, people are weird. And then to see that, you know, they had to put that into Teal'c to save Teal'c, for Teal'c to then not take his son through the Stargate was interesting, because I thought that maybe he still would have done that. Instead, he left him behind with his friend, his teacher, and his wife, and basically said, teach him of the false gods. I liked this episode a lot. It was interesting to see like these temples and these ceremonies happen, and that they've got these camps where these deserters, these traitors live, and Teal'c saying he'd come back in the future to see his son and, you know, teach him as well. And it'd be interesting to see, you know, if and when we do go back, what's his relationship with his son like, because I kind of got the impression that the relationship with his wife was probably an arranged thing, because they, you know, they didn't really call each other by their names that often. It was kind of husband, wife, and just their ways and customs, I guess. But I'm gonna go watch the next one and I will see you guys later, so thank you.